Yeah, big land. Ain't no telling where I'ma land, man. Put my money in my hand, man. They call me Landlord for a reason. You understand me? Let's go. Yeah. Let me catch you. Yeah. Shout out to Boss Land, Henny the Moore, Boss Cowboy. What up, Cowboy Nation? Let's do it. Yeah. Hey, I'm fresher than the mud, cleaner than the sump. They say I'm like a laxative the way I go run. Niggas talking dumb, but never really done shit. And you know I am Akon, like I'm reppin' convict. Then I'm gon' get more bank than the compass. And you can find a better swag than you got a compass. Then Henny the Moore and Boss is my accomplice. And sky is the limit to the stuff we can accomplish. Yeah, and everything is what I came for. Trying to get insane though, faster than Usain Bolt. Yeah, you know I got that cocaine flow, and then I'm ahead of the game like the pre-game show. Yeah, just call me Pat Summerall. Hit him with the sawed off, now he doing somersaults. Like a stunt, not just wait till the summer, dog. Even that pajama rack don't love the way I'm a ball. Let's go.
There it is.
Boss Land.
I'm
Woo!
him.
Let's do it.
I'm him.
Hey, they know I'm him. Yeah, way better than them. They already know it, man. Let's do it.
Man, we got us a dope football show today, bro. I can't wait to talk. We got to respond to this Brian Schottenheimer, this presser, and then Terrence Parsons supposed to be coming in the building. I sent you the link, dog. I sent you the link. Don't blame
Let's
me.
do it.
We got Henny in the house. You hear me? So listen, this is finna be the one. We gotta talk about, we're gonna talk about DT, bro. Hen, what else?
Man, we gonna talk about a little bit of everything, man. We really, listen, we talk about DT, we need to talk about that run defense. We talk about that run defense, we gotta talk about these running backs we gonna play, man. We gonna go out here, we gonna play Saquon Barkley 2 times in the season. Week 1, we gonna see him. Man, just had one of the best seasons for a running back in NFL history. We got to see him twice. We gonna play the supposedly generational Ashton Genty when we go out there and play the boys in Vegas. We're gonna play Omarion Hampton. We're gonna play Josh Jacobs. We're gonna play a who of running backs this year, man. So I know that we excited about the wide receivers. I know we excited listening to Schottenheimer talk about culture and new offenses and all this other stuff. But if you can't stop the run, you're going to be sitting here looking sad, depressed, and ready to end it all, man. Because they're going to run you off the field, and you're going to be a losing team again, man. So we got to talk about real football, man. Like, we can't win if we can't stop the run. You can't stop the run if you ain't got no good interior to that defensive line, man. So we got to talk about it.
Man, listen, I've never been so excited to do a show, bruh. Man, my boy Landlord that came in on the freestyle, acting up. And then
they probably ain't even here though, for real. You know what I'm saying?
What
the
you
room
mean?
Ain't built up yet though. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have to pull that back. They gonna have to run that back.
Man, y'all better run it back.
They gonna have to run that back, or so I can run it back. You know,
say,
just
man.
know what we need to do,
Hey,
just let them know what we need to do.
Say, man, let's run that back, man. Say,
you want me to run it back? Okay,
man,
I got you.
Run it back.
Let's
One more, man.
Let's do it
from the very beginning.
Let's go.
Holiday season.
I go by Landlord, man. Hey, big land. Ain't no telling where I'ma land. Understand? Yeah. Hey, I'm fresher than the mud, cleaner than the sump. They say I'm like a laxative the way I go run. Niggas talking dumb, but never really done. And you know I am Akon, like I'm reppin' convict. Then I'm gon' get more bank than the compass. And you can find a better swag if you had a compass. Then Boss Land and Henny is my accomplice. And sky is the limit to the stuff we can accomplish. Yeah, and everything is what I came for. Trying to get insane though, faster than Usain Bolt. Yeah, they know I got that cocaine flow, and then I'm ahead of the game like the pre-game show. Yeah, just call me Pat Summerall. Hit him with the sawed off, now he doing somersaults. Think a nigga stunt, nah, just wait till the summer, dog. Even that boy Chris Paul gon' dig the way I'm a ball. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Tell
All
them
right,
boys
man.
I'm ahead of the game like the pregame show.
Man, the boys are throwing straight flames for my boy, man. Y'all, hey, I ain't even have to ask. They throwing up the flames, bro. These boys throwing up the LL, man. That's that boy Landlord, the multi-talented brother.
Yes, sir.
The multi-talented
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's do it.
I almost don't want to talk no ball. I want to. I'm about to change the beat because
We in a different mode. That beat does is toxic.
It's crazy.
That
Yeah.
beat does toxic. It's
Yeah, I
gonna
had
make
to-
it go crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the intro from here on, bro. It's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's the one.
You can't do it like that and then we go back. No, that's forever now. That's forever, bro. That's the forever. All right, so we done changed the vibe to our normal. It's time to talk some ball. reached out, because it be people that be like, boss, where you at?
What's going on?
And I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate all the check-ons that people do when you just out of pocket for about 4 days. Just to get everybody a heads up, man, I got all the shows rebuilt now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of work, man, trust me. So it's so backbreaking. It's that type of work that'll make you say, "No, I ain't doing no show. I ain't doing it. I put too much time on this." So now I'm back now. Now going back to defensive tackle. Listen to this. This came from John Machota when he was on the final word. This July 18th.
I can't believe they didn't do more when they weren't able to re-sign Jonathan Hankins. Like, you're not going to
this last year
do anything at defensive tackle. And I'm not trying to hear from all over the team and stuff, but it just, when you said it, it's one of the first things. When you said Henry, all I'm thinking about is, I'm like, that.
So Lau brought up Henry, and he was like, "Nah, that's not the mistake. Hankins was the mistake."
Certain, but to not do really anything at defensive tackle, a team that has had trouble against the run, a team that really hasn't had great defensive tackle play for over a decade, like, really, like, you didn't bring back Hankins, you're not going to do anything there. That will be the one that stands out most for me, one, and then two is obviously running back. For sure.
Hold on. Wait, Law, I got...
I mean, I think, another year, with Mozzie, I know Zim's looking forward to working with him. I just think Mozzie's going to step up and be a really good football player. But we also know that, Hankins was a good fit for us 2 years in a row. And, there's usually, big defensive tackles out there that you can pick up. I know the Eagles picked up a couple of years ago, late in the game. And, just feel like there's going to be some opportunities there at that position as well, to add something, to add some depth and some competition for camp.
Yeah. me and Boss is on the same page, John.
Now watch this. It's another one. He said, I could see it before camp. Camp is a week away. It's Christmas, John.
And what's funny is that we can sit here and talk about this, and I just find it very hard to believe that Mike Zimmer wouldn't be doing the same thing.
God damn. Which he ended up doing exactly that. We gonna talk about that.
You don't think Zimmer wants some better? Like, has he not talked to them about this? Like, hey, guys, it's here, 7th round pick. That's all we're doing. Need a little help. It's kind of a really valuable position. Like, how many teams?
You heard him say 7th round pick. What we leaning on right now, Henny? What is people selling right now? What are
Jay from UCLA, a 7th round pick.
God damn.
I only say the boy last name. I say Jay from UCLA.
Right. A whole year later, we having the same conversation over a new 7th rounder, bro.
7th round pick. That's all we're doing. Need a little help.
The same conversation, bro. This is crazy.
It's kind of a really valuable position. Like, how many teams go and win it all that really aren't good at defensive tackle? Like, it's a very important position. And honestly,
God, he cooking.
Right.
I think the one for me too is it's not just like the NFL, because obviously you have to have good defensive tackle play. But to me, like, as a college football fan, it's a pretty good indicator if your team's for real to win a national championship too. Like, tell me who your defensive tackles are. Like, and I mean, all these years of Bama and Georgia, like, how good they are throughout. Like, defensive tackle, like, tell me who your defensive tackles are. I'll tell you if you're for real or not.
God damn.
That's real though.
He say, tell me who your defensive tackles are, and that'll tell me if you're for real or not.
No, Georgia had Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Defensive tackle is huge.
Yeah.
And it's huge because if a team cannot run against you, they become one-dimensional.
Right.
If you can control the line of scrimmage, if you can stop the run, and you also have great pass rushers, you will funnel that offense into being predictable. You can get after the quarterback and cause turnovers, but it still starts up front by stopping the run. Like the Dallas Cowboys, no matter how good they are rushing the passer, as Landlord mentioned, if they can just turn around and hand the ball off and get 8 yards, it doesn't mean anything. You don't even have to put the ball in the air. Matter of fact, Boss, can I just go and tell you like what the rushing numbers were when we lost in the postseason?
Yeah, please. Cause see, listen, I mean this, when Henny call you, it's bad news, but we'll talk about how to fix it.
All right, so let's start with 2018, because that's really when the run defense let you down. The entire defense let you down in 2016. You lost that game on a 3rd and 20 conversion with 12 seconds left in the game. So defense obviously failed right there, but we're just talking about run defense right now. So when you played the Rams 2018, you let 2 running backs go for over 100 yards. On the flip side, your running back only accounted for 47 yards. Zeke was held to 2.7 yards a carry on 20 attempts. All right, 23 carries for C.J. Anderson. He gave the boys 123.
Ooh.
Then you see Ty Gurley went for over 100 yards on just 16 touches, man.
Ooh.
He went for 115 on 16. So altogether as a team, they ran the ball 48 times. And listen, if the team is able to run the ball 48 times and it's not a clear blowout game, that just tells you that your defensive line is getting whooped.
Right.
You were in this game for the most part. 48 rushing
48 times. Oh, go ahead. I was just about to ask how much. That's all.
No, X.
What?
Out of 48 attempts, how many rushing yards they got?
273. That's
the
still
Rams.
there. There's 6 yards a carry. That's the Rams. 3 rushing touchdowns, almost 6 yards a pop, almost 300 yards on the ground. Everybody was involved. C.J. Anderson, Ty Gurley, Robert Woods had a 9-yard run. Josh Reynolds had a 9-yard run. Brandon Cook had a 5-yard run.
Can I ask you another question?
Everybody got off. Go ahead.
Can I ask you another question, sir?
Yeah.
Why didn't Dak Prescott stop them?
It's not his job. Matter of fact, Dak Prescott gave them an early lead. He hit Amari Cooper for a touchdown to put them up 7-3. So
I had made an analogy one time. Not an analogy, because it could be a real situation. Like, just imagine if you just saying, like, if you got Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons sitting there fresh out after a game, and like Dak went off, Micah went off, but you like, man, Dak just went crazy, bro. Dak won us the game. You know what I'm saying? And Micah gonna look at you like, I mean, do you not see me drenched in sweat? Like, right. I just did nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just giving Dak all the credit, like I'm just over here just twiddling my thumbs or something. Like, I ain't did nothing. I had no impact.
Right.
That's how silly it is when you think about it, man. When we talking about just giving one person this credit or one person to blame, it's really silly. Like, I know we do it I think mainstream media push that narrative when it comes to like just straight quarterback they got the win and loss record. Like, that's just goofy for real when you think about it. Like, think about that instance, like I just said, that scenario that I just painted to you. Think about that when you start talking about blaming one person or one person for this or that. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about if they were sitting in your living room, everybody fresh out the game. Man, Micah Parsons won us that game. Or Micah Parsons lost us that game. That sounds crazy when the other players sitting there like, damn. So I ain't dropped the pass on 3rd down. Like, you
I got a super chat.
Can I show Cuz something to piggyback on what he's talking about?
Let me get the super chat real quick.
Go get the super chat.
He's going to be the 8th wide receiver we carry. You must be joking.
That is a joke. We're gonna carry about 6.
Yeah.
What did he say about 8?
We'll carry 6.
He said the 8th. He was just joking. Yeah, there ain't no way we're doing that. But go ahead. What was you saying?
All right. Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. This is Peyton Manning and what he did in 2006 on the Super Bowl run. Peyton Manning had a passer rating of 70.
Make it bigger. Hit Control Plus. Control
Plus. Hold on.
Yeah, that's gonna make it bigger.
Oh, okay, I got you. Did it do it?
No, click on your window.
I think it's visible, boss. I don't know though.
Okay, I can't see it. Okay, I can see it. It was me. It wasn't
on
you.
the screen.
It's decent. Yeah. Okay, my bad. Go ahead, Henny. My bad.
No, you Gucci, man. So Peyton Manning, and listen, I've been fighting with you goofy niggas. I'm sorry. I've been fighting with y'all goofies all for like 2-3 days. This is not an attack on Peyton Manning. When I posted but what Troy did, it was not an attack on him. This is simply the show. It is a team game. And if you win and lose a football game, it is not solely predicated on the play of one guy on a 53-man roster. This is all this is showing. Peyton Manning in his Super Bowl run through 4 games, threw only 3 touchdowns, had 7 interceptions, and also lost a fumble. So the man went 3 touchdowns and 8 turnovers, had a passer rating of only 70.5, and they won a Super Bowl with that.
And guess who was on that squad over there? Von Miller and them going ballistic over there.
No, this is the Colts.
Oh, that's the Colts?
This the Colts. This is
you had Dwight Freeney in them. Dwight Freeney in them.
He had Dwight Freeney. He had both the wide receivers. Reggie
What's the
Wayne,
other defensive end they had? They had 2 foul defensive ends. Dwight Freeney and somebody else.
Come on back, Henny.
I know what you're talking about, though. Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me?
No, I'm talking about your video.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, let me pull it back up. Real quick, man.
Yeah.
So my point being is this, man. Like,
it's a team. Yeah, I mean,
it's a team game. If they up here winning championships with the quarterback, what's 3-8 in terms of touchdown to touchdown? Oh, 2% touchdown, 4.6 interception rate. They won a ship with that. Yeah, hold on. Let me talk this back off.
I ain't arguing with no casuals. I'm just ain't doing it. If you don't know it's a team game, if we still gotta explain that, it's like, come on, bro. If we still on this, Dak gotta win it. We just ain't in the same, football mindset. We just not like. Just keeping it real.
And listen,
like,
and listen.
People that talk like that, bro, ain't got time.
I mean, there's even more examples of it. You look at Jared Goff, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, under 60% of completion percentage going to the Super Bowl, 2018. It just happened. We talk about Jimmy Garoppolo, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions when they on the way to the Super Bowl. A lot of these quarterbacks are not lighting up the scoreboard, but they play good defense. They run the football. They get turnovers. They score points in the red zone. Like, they play complimentary, complete football. And folks expect Dak Prescott to throw, 40 passes, complete 39. Like, I want people to have realistic expectations about what playoff football looks like.
I think at this
point, I don't know why
you
people
can't
act
do
like
with them types. At this point,
yeah.
If you don't know that by now, like, who you been listening to?
Dwight Clark was Dwight Clark and Robert Mathis. Yeah, they also had Bobby Sanders. Bob
Sanders was a monster too at safety. But I was just about to say, why we gotta quit looking at quarterback like it's a single man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually a marriage. Like, sometimes when the quarterback don't play well, he need his team to boost him up. Sometimes when the team ain't playing well, the quarterback got to do some heroic stuff to get the win. It's all give and take. It's a seesaw. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need a team. Every game, everybody ain't gonna show up. When everybody shows up, you get a game like Tampa Bay in the playoffs.
Yeah, you blow everybody.
Well, we just beat the living crap out of them. Like, it's not gonna happen like that most games. Some games, CD might have a bad game. Dak might have a bad game. The offense might have a bad game. Now the defense somebody got to pick that up, and I think that's what we've been missing over the years. It's like when one side have a bad game, the other side decide to have a bad game too. You know what I'm saying? But what I see from other teams that are successful throughout the NFL, I see the other side of the ball picking up the side that's lacking at that point. Just like Baltimore. Last year, Baltimore offense started struggling, their defense picked them up. The Chiefs started struggling on offense, their defense picked them up. Like, Jalen Hurts didn't go crazy throughout the playoffs, his defense picked them up. Like, it's always a marriage situation. It's not a single man. Don't judge the quarterback on his own. Judge the team. That's you gotta judge the team. Because sometimes you can have a phenomenal quarterback doing phenomenal things and still losing. So, you know what I'm saying?
We seen it. Look at Josh Allen. What did Josh Allen do to deserve to lose to the Chiefs on that when they lost with 13 seconds left on the clock?
He ain't put up enough.
He played phenomenal football. They put up like 40.
Nah, he ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
The same thing for Dak Prescott though,
Exactly.
right? Like, hey, he ain't doing nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I be trying to say though. Like, you can do that straw man stuff with anybody.
Standard, bro.
Yeah.
The exact same Dak standard. So now he ain't doing nothing.
He ain't doing nothing, man.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So I say
It's
this
real,
though, because I want to go back to DT, bro.
Let's talk about DT.
just real quick, and then we're gonna move to something that I definitely want to talk about. That Landlord really, really high on. I know he right about this. Now, there's some people that believe we don't need no help at One Tech.
Why?
It's people believe that.
It's blind faith.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
This
Yeah.
is football. This is not religion. You don't have to have blind faith.
That's more of delusion, actually. I ain't gonna say it's blind faith. It's delusion. I say it's
I'll
a difference.
just say this. Zimmer. Just listen to Zimmer. Like, we all know Zimmer preached effort last year. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
But you saw John say, if we saying this, we know Zim saying this. Now, remember he said that July 18th. Zim came in a door saying that. He came in. And matter of fact, when he was in training camp, when he finally got Linval Joseph and Phillips, we got it the day after he said, we need noses. Obviously. So it's like,
He just totally disrespected that whole room.
and he did.
I mean,
Yes,
you
he
got to when it's for the betterment of the team. You got to
Yes.
tell the truth.
And this is what I want people to understand what I'm saying. It's not saying we don't trust Rodgers. It's not saying we don't trust Jay. Just don't put all of that on them this early. That's all we saying. We saying go
I
get
trust Jay to be a 7th round pick.
Yeah, to develop.
Yeah, he is. Listen, the only thing that Jay need to focus on is making the team. Why are we penciling in roster spots for 7th round picks? It should not be that easy. Justin Rogers is ahead of him on the depth chart.
Yeah.
Denzel Jackson is ahead of him on the depth chart.
Yeah.
If Jay makes the team, he accomplished something.
Right.
Like, I should not even expect to see Jay play. He gonna be a healthy scratch throughout the season, and that's okay. Because it doesn't happen with Justin Rogers. It happen with Denzel Jackson. It's the natural progression of being an undrafted or late round player, developing and then getting an opportunity. You don't just go from the 7th round to the starting job. It don't.
It don't
work like that.
It doesn't.
Cowboys gotta be just waiting in the bushes. They waiting in the bushes for June 1st, and they just gonna try to
I don't
collect the
think they
best.
waiting in the bushes, bro.
You think they just saying we done?
They did it last
You think
year.
they hit one of these? They dusting their
I think they
hands
gonna
off
wanna-
and they complete.
I think they gonna want to see these guys in camp. But it's like we keep doing the same bets. We keep acting like, well, this time this rookie gonna be the different one. That's what we keep making. That's the same bet. We keep making that exact same bet. This rookie.
I just
gonna be
don't
the
understand
different
how we keep doing the same stuff. Like,
It
this
didn't-
has
it
been
didn't
our
even work
worst
with Mozzie.
position. This been the worst position we've been drafting at. Defensive
is.
tackle, probably
Yeah.
by far.
one. By far.
And my theory was, if you not good at it, just buy one, bruh.
yeah.
Is
And
y'all too full of y'allself to just admit that we not good at drafting these? You know what I'm saying? I don't think you're good at drafting quarterbacks either. So
you know
you
what
know
I
what
think
I'm
it
saying?
is, though,
Because you got
Landlord?
lucky. You got lucky with the last 2 starters.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
You
Got
What you think it is,
you
Bob?
got your 20 years
keep talking
from
for
2
me.
quarterbacks that you
I'm
didn't
doing
even
something.
want. You got your 20 good years of quarterback play from 2 quarterbacks that you didn't even want. And every quarterback you said you liked and that you wanted turned out to be nothing.
One of the
So-
boys in the UFL right now. What was that boy
For
name from
everybody
TCU?
Max Duggan. So
Max
for
Duggan.
for everybody who's talking about, hey, let's get rid of Dak Prescott. Don't be. Wait a minute. Hold your horses. Because if you can't show me nothing that tells me to trust the Dallas Cowboys in evaluating a quarterback. They just traded money for Trey Lance. They just traded money for Joe. What his name is?
Milton.
Joe something. Milton. I was about to say
Milton.
Joe Mixon. Joe Milton.
Bazoo-
We just traded
Bazooka
money
Joe.
for them. Yeah, all that good stuff. You can throw the ball far, but can you throw it accurately? That's what we need to see.
Probably not.
You know what I'm
not
saying?
yet.
Look,
We just need to see you throw it accurately. Like, I can throw the ball far. I told him that. Like, I might have to put somebody, we might have to get some video out here of me. I'm sure I can throw the ball very far. But how accurate it can be, I'm not sure. So I'm not impressed. Okay. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you 60 yards away, I can probably get it there. But I don't know what side of the field it's gonna be on. You know what I'm saying? I can probably
It's gonna
throw
go
it that
60
far.
yards.
It's
Somebody
go
gonna get hit
60.
in the head.
Facts. It's gonna get there, but it might not be accurate. So I don't care about how far you can throw the ball, sir. I just don't. I want you to be able to make some great decisions. I want you to be able to have some great ball placement and don't get your receivers hurt out there. So it's a whole
Hospital
different
balls is a
level
no-no.
of this stuff. Yeah, it's a whole different level of this quarterback play that we speak of.
let me jump in real quick. Two tweets
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna show
bro.
y'all just real quick. And I know we going long on this. We usually don't go this long.
We good.
But check this out.
We got to talk about it. It's too important.
Yeah, because I think people seeing this totally different. It's a couple of tweets that I meant in my whole heart. And I first want to say this before I talk about this. I appreciate you boys' energy on this, bro. And I did overreact on y'all last week. I thought about it. I did. I overreacted on y'all.
You good?
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. But y'all got the energy I've been wanting to see. I've been wanting to see this right here, bro. I'm like, yeah, my two fighters, my two killers. We fighting
Yes, sir.
together now, bro. I love this, bro. We fought hard against each other. I'm glad to fight with these dudes this time. So check this out. I said, man, I'm not gonna lie. It is disheartening at this point. We fall for the same trap every DT by expecting too much too fast. Remember I said, Landlord, I was gonna tell you what the problem was? That's the problem. We be expecting too much too fast. That's the real problem. We have the same expectation every time we get a new DT, bro. We said it with Tristan Hill. We said it with Neville Gallimore. We said it with Mozzie. We said it with Osa. We said it with Bohanna. We said it with the White Gorilla. We said it with every one of them, and none of Tristan Hill, and none of them did it. Not one. Not one. And we do it every time to them, bro. We do it. I'm talking about us, the fucking fans, bro. Forgive me, that's my one curse word.
The organization too, though.
And the
organization.
organization. Yeah, it's both.
They
them
sell
up.
it to
They
them.
set 'em up.
They
They set 'em up.
they sell them folks.
Right,
Listen,
they
they
sell
sell
that,
them
bro.
folks to the fan base.
And we
listen,
buy it.
We know that everybody does not have the same football knowledge as everybody.
That's
so
right.
if some folks just watch football, they enjoyed it. They watch football because they watch it with their family. Never played. They just watch it on TV. And then the organization comes out and say, "Hey, this is the next best defensive tackle on the market. We got him." What are they supposed to expect, man? Because they don't watch the film. They don't watch the pressers. They don't watch all 22 film. The only way they know these players are good is if the organization tells them when they see them play.
It's
So
almost
I
deeper than that
don't be
too,
mad
though,
at
man.
them.
It's almost deeper
Talk
than
to
that because you can watch film. You don't know what the hell you're looking at. It's useless.
That's
Yeah,
real.
if
Real
you
talk.
don't, yeah, that's true.
If you don't know what you're looking at, it's useless. Like
you
you might
not
as well
look-
spend,
you know what
spend
happens
your
too?
time doing something else.
I said this with Lou. Sometimes we not looking.
For the right shit.
Yeah, because we just, and see, I said this to Lou today. Lou, he made a killer tweet. Matter of fact, I was responding to it. Look, this is what he said. Lou said, all of these DTs that come through here and no accountability from the fans in sight. What I was saying to Lou was, man, really, at some point, we don't be seeing it. Like me and Hen had to do a whole film breakdown on Mozzie, and we finally locked in on Mozzie, and we both came out different.
Yeah, he was a lot better than I thought he was.
Right,
I just
because it's hard
in my
to train
in my
your
memory.
eyes.
Yeah, in my memory, Mozzie Smith got whooped every time he was on the
Right.
field. He got moved, like
Right.
he got disrespected.
It's a
it
hard
didn't
to-
actually happen like that.
And let me explain why, Henny. The trenches itself is hard to see. Both of them, offense and defense. Because our eyes, when we watch a game, it follows the ball.
It's on the ball.
It's on the ball and the camera. You know what I'm saying? So when Dak do a play action, the camera go with him. If he put that ball in the stomach of the running back, now the camera following the running back. It's not following the trenches. You know what I'm saying? So our eyes is not even used to being engaged on the violence that's happening in front. It's just not.
That's why I think it's important to watch the game, you know, as a fan in the moment.
Yeah.
And then watch it again. You know what I'm saying? Because we have too much emotion wrapped into it. We ain't really paying attention to what's really going on. It happens so fast. You got to bring it back and slow it down and really evaluate what's going on.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? Half the time, to be honest with you, I don't know if it's just me. My memory might not be the best. You know, I'm an old man. But at the same time, it'd be hard to kind of remember everything that went on. You'd be like, hold on now. When you watch the game back, you'd be like,
I remember
when the hell that happened?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember that play.
Yeah.
Like, you like, damn, I ain't
that
know
probably
that
when I was kicking my television or something.
Yeah, something like, I must have been throwing my hat down or
I went
something.
and got
like,
some pizza or something.
You be missing so
Little
much
mama
stuff.
started rubbing my hair. I had my beer in my hand.
Yeah.
I was dapping up the homie. Hey,
Distracted, bro. You be missing
I was distracted.
so much stuff. Yeah.
But let me go back to DT real quick, bro. Just real quick. It's not.
Hey, 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say shout out to Numhair Neil for the $4.99 super chat. He said, "I mean, it's very crazy when you realize it's the ultimate team sport, 11 on 11." He was referring to what we were talking about earlier when we showed this stuff. So salute to my guy.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do it in the
Hey, I appreciate y'all super chats too, bro.
But let me go and shout out to Nigel Wanza with the $5 super. He says it's like if we can't run today, we should be able to beat teams with the pass and vice versa. Exactly. Like basically he was saying what I said. It's a marriage. Like some games you might not be bro, we done had games where we just can't run. Like Tampa Bay, we couldn't run against them, bro. What Dak did the first game of the season.
He lit it up.
We lost, but it's like, bro.
He did 400.
We had to do what we had to do.
You gave him the lead late in the fourth.
We sat there and looked at Vita Vea.
That was.
We sat up there and looked at Vita Vea number and was like, bro, we just can't run, bro. We can't. So it's like now it's time to throw.
That's a whole nother. But hey, real quick.
Double up. The money I cull up. Double up. The money I cull up.
Boss Land.
Super chats.
Alright. So basically, Cowboy Nation. Are we gonna do this again this year? Again? Are we gonna do the same thing we do every year to these DTs?
Is that what it look like? It's trending in that direction, I'll say.
Jay from UCLA to save the day.
I just told you stop calling that man. I don't know why it sounds so disrespectful.
Look, it's real, bro. Look, it
sounds so disrespectful.
Look,
Jay from UCLA sound like a made-up character.
He running with the ones. He got some burn with the ones.
Everybody get burned with the ones. It's training camp. It's OTA.
Osa was tired.
OTA.
Like Osa needs some water.
No.
Of course he gonna get
like,
some run.
He went to the bathroom, sir.
it's a big dude. Like, of course he gonna get some plays. You know what I'm saying?
They had nachos in the cafeteria. He had to go to the restroom.
You know what I'm saying? The man had to use the restroom, bro.
I gotta say one more thing before we change subjects, bro.
Yeah.
One more. This is it. I promise.
Go ahead, bro.
Don't blame me for not trusting the process of depending on DTs one takes as rookies.
Shouldn't. We ain't
Don't blame Landlord.
It's proven.
Don't blame Henny. Like, I know some people, I promise to God, they mad at us right now. How
much evidence do you need for it not to be a theory?
Right.
I'm just trying to see. Because I know you got theories and then you got, you know what I'm saying, different experiments. Bro, we done seen this over an extensive amount of time that this does not work.
Right.
If y'all can go back to see me when we drafted Micah Smith.
Man.
That year of my draft coverage, I was like, bro, I do not want a defensive tackle. I said that. And the reason was because I felt like we was in a win now mode. And I understand that a defensive tackle is not a win now guy. You gotta let that guy
Cook.
marinate. He gotta marinate. He gotta be
Slow
in the
cook.
oven. It's not a microwavable thing. And just like we said, we sat up there and let this false, you know what I'm saying, fallacy come in here and say, okay, we're gonna put Micah Smith there. He a great athlete. He gonna be fine.
Right.
And we see that's not true. And,
It happens
then we sit up
every
and
year.
bash these guys. We
And
bash these guys,
bro,
because of the expectations that
and
the
that's what
franchise
we
put
do.
on them.
We
The
bash
franchise
them.
put it on them.
We bash them for the false expectations we put on them.
So how many years you would say it's been going on?
Shit, every year.
Since before Tristan Hill.
Before Tristan Hill, right?
Before
Hey,
Tristan
let's just do since Micah then been here, the new regime of defense, right? Let's just do them. 2021, we went in here with wherever we had a defensive tackle. We were 20th in run defense, 115.9 yards a game. 20th with the stuff we put out there. All right, so let's go to 2022. Run defense. What you looking like, Dallas Cowboys? You were ass. 22nd, 124.4 yards a game giving up on the ground. All right, 2023 was great. Now, hold on now. We won 12 games. We don't lose at home.
Oh.
What would that run defense like then that year, man? It was better though. It was a little bit better. It went all the way up to 18. 114 yards. 114 yards a game on the ground. Still getting beat up when they decided to run against you. And then last year, I already told y'all it was 29th, but how many yards was that a game the Dallas Cowboys were getting bludgeoned on the ground against?
Gotta be about 130, 140.
I think it is up there. Let's see.
To be
it's 137 yards a game.
Oh my God, that I was right at it. I said 130, 140. 140 is insane. I'm rounding up just to make them mad. I'm rounding up. Damn it.
When the Dallas Cowboys were a winning team.
That's my F-bomb.
Hey, yeah, we all
even
know
when
that.
they're a winning team, they are getting ran off the field. You were a good team in 2021. You got ran off the field when you played the 49ers in the playoffs. You were a good team in 2022. You still couldn't stop the 49ers on the ground in the postseason. You were a good team in 2023. Aaron Jones came to Dallas and had another party. You weren't a good team at all in 2024, and you weren't because mainly you were one of the worst teams to stop the run. You were even worse than you had been in years past. I'm not going to talk about 2020.
Let's ask the people, do they deserve to be round down? It's a 7, so, mathematically, it got to be rounded up.
You got to round up.
I might even put it on 150. Y'all deserve that, bro. Y'all deserve that. Y'all got to stand on that. Y'all got to be held accountable for that.
That's right. This is why we got to put pressure on them, bro. And I'm not listening, bro. Like, I'm frustrated, bro. I'm very frustrated. I'm frustrated at
that's not even the playoff pressure. It's worse in the postseason.
And so basically, let me sum it up like this, bro. And then I promise you we done with DT.
I got one more comment about it too, and I'm done.
We can't be done.
We can't be. It's too important. Shit. Come on. Go ahead. Y'all go. Y'all go. I'll say what I'm saying.
Let me say this real quick, bro. You know what this comes down to, bro? Y'all ready? You know what this comes down to?
What?
Steve.
Him?
Yep. This goes back to a philosophy. In his mind, if we pick them, we gotta play them.
Gotta play them. And he said that. He's on record saying that.
Yes.
Just in case you think Boss is ad-lib.
Yes.
He said it on record. You
yes.
pull it up.
Yes. See, in his mind, there is no problem that a draft pick can't solve. And I must tell y'all something. There are certain picks that you have to have maturity, dog. DT is one. This is why Henny, on his own, unprompted, looked up by himself the consistent results of where we always landing on our run D. It's never top. Even on the
anything.
It's never at the top. I don't care if it's Dan Quinn. I don't care if it's Zimmer. Shit. It can't be just effort, bruh. It's talent.
Facts. I was just about to say, man, this is one of my concerns right here. We got fresh eyes in the building. Like, I don't know if people understand what Fresh Eyes is. You should. It's pretty self-explanatory. We got Fresh Eyes. That's a new coach. Even though he's in a different role, he was here already, he's still Fresh Eyes. Because when you come in, you got a responsibility to change everything you want. You know what I'm saying? You got Fresh Eyes. So if you evaluated this football team, Mr. Brian Schottenheimer, I'm talking to you directly. Mm-hmm. How could you not be trying to upgrade your defensive tackle room? Because we just showed you the history.
It's right.
It can't be no more blatant than that.
It can't.
So I just want to sound the alarm. I know we in the honeymoon stage. I know we having a love affair. Brian Schottenheimer love affair. But I want to say this. Are you? I know he got the reputation for a fighter. But are you honestly a fighter?
Oh.
If you ain't addressing this situation, because this too critical. You know what I'm saying? It's too critical. Just like wide receiver 2 was critical. You address that.
Ooh.
This is another critical situation.
Let me put
How are you not standing on the table for this?
Ooh.
How are you not on the table? You should be standing on the table banging about this right now.
Ooh.
But I don't see you. I feel like you complacent. Like, I'm sorry. I feel this. Everybody's in the honeymoon stage with Brian Schottenheimer. We love everything he do. Did you see how he chewed his gum? Did you see how he walked? Like his heel barely came off the ground, and then his toe hit the ground at the same time.
Landlord.
I don't like it, bro.
Hold
I'm
on,
sorry. We gotta put some pressure on this.
Wait. Brian got something to say to you real quick. You ready?
Man, go ahead.
Take it easy on my back.
I'm just saying, man. It's just like
take it easy on my back,
bro. I was one of the first people that came out and said I like Brian Schottenheimer. I just don't want people to get too in love with all this good talk. Like, I'm from the South, bro. Like, that good talking ain't gonna do too much for me.
That's what.
Like, I know some of the slickest talkers that you will ever run across.
Finish him.
And they mostly scamming you. And they mostly full of shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And they can talk you out of anything they want to talk you out of.
You want answers?
Real. But this dude is a phenomenal talker. It almost remind me of the people at the combine. Like, we talk about these combine warriors. They do awesome, amazing things at the combine. But this dude just was training for the combine. We ain't even evaluating him as a football player. He's just a combine dude. He can run fast, he can jump, he can do the drill very good. But don't forget about what he put on film for the whole 12 weeks of college football. It's the same thing to me. Who knows? I don't know. The jury's still out. I like Brian Schottenheimer. I'm going to say that. But I'm going to say this. Don't get fooled by just a good talking dude.
You can't handle the truth.
Don't get fooled. I don't want to hear you talking. I'm impressed. You got me.
Ooh.
Let's clap it up for Brian Schottenheimer, y'all.
Wait. Hold on. One more time. Say it again.
Let's clap it up for him, bro. You got me, bro. I'm going to let you rock out. You talked a great game.
You want answers?
I just want that to translate to wins. I'm sick of everybody so in love with this shit. I want to see some results now. I know it ain't the season yet. I'm just saying, bro, just temper your expectations a little bit. Everybody's talking like this finna be the greatest thing ever, and it's kind of pissing me off. I just want people to chill out.
You can't handle the truth.
Calm down a little bit and let this man show us something. We ain't even got nothing tangible yet, and we already about to go, goddamn, get this man a ring.
Take it easy.
Like, we gotta get something tangible first. Let's see him do something that's noteworthy, and then we can give him some props. But everybody's sold. We so easily sold, bro. I don't know, bro. Everybody, it's so great, and we play basketball and shit. Like, these dudes are soft or something. What's wrong with these dudes, man? Like, y'all don't like tough coaching no more? Y'all want to have a substitute teacher every day? I don't know about all this loosey-goosey stuff. I'm sorry. I'm from a structured place. I'm from hard coaching. That's where I come from. That's hardcore stuff right there. All that noose. I don't want to be your damn friend. My coach don't need to be my friend.
You want answers?
I'm just saying, straight up, bro. I pray this stuff work because it's untraditional and it's different. And I'm going to say that. And all I'm saying is I pray it work. I promise you, bro.
Hey,
'Cause
that's
like,
gay.
look,
Hey, this who I've
go
been
ahead.
waiting on. My dog
Go
is
ahead.
back.
Take it easy
Go
on the
ahead,
back.
bro.
Take it
sorry,
easy on
bro.
my back, man.
I'm
Y'all clap it
sorry.
up for that gangster, man. We got. Hey, man, we gotta play the intro music on that, bro. I'm going back to the intro demon time.
I'm just saying, man. We praising everything but football stuff. Oh, he got a ping pong table. Oh my God.
Talk to
Here it
him,
comes, man.
Landlord.
Hold on, calm down, man.
Hold on, we gotta, man, hey, man, play the beat.
Hold on.
It just take more to impress me, bro. That's all.
Hold on, I gotta play the beat.
How you gonna say that? You sold me on this nigga.
I like him, bro, but
No,
I'm
no,
just
hey, no
saying,
more
don't get too
N-words.
carried away. Don't
Oh,
get
that's
too
it.
carried
That's
away
all
yet.
it was.
That's all. I'm just saying, bro.
That's my dog.
Like, I'm sorry, bro. It just take a little more for me. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
'Cause look,
This
I
is
gotta play
180.
Listen, y'all, I gotta
This
play
is
the whole song.
180.
I gotta play the whole
I'm
song.
not against them.
Wait, hold on, bro.
I'm just saying,
Hold on, real quick, bro.
Hold
I gotta
your
do
horse
this for
a
you.
little bit.
This is for you.
Hold your horse. Yeah.
You shake that ass, I know these love you. Throw some cash on you, blow a bag on you. She want
Yeah, let's go, bro. Hold on.
I need to grab me some
Say, man,
tequila
that boy made me
somewhere.
change
Somebody hand
the
me some
beat
tequila,
up.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I
Yeah.
just don't like this love fest.
But I'm bullied or a handshake, huh? I'm bullied with a handshake. You just shot this man down.
I know.
His family was
Say,
there.
I ain't
Say,
His
that's
family was
bullet.
there.
That's the new bullet.
Listen,
Him,
time out,
he bullet.
time
He
out.
bullet,
That was
bro.
more- that
He
was more
bullet.
for the
bullet.
band. It wasn't really bust out.
hell
Nah,
no.
you
It was
busted
for the
down,
fans,
bro.
bro.
You
Hell
didn't take
no.
it easy on his back at
He's
all.
already for the fans.
You didn't take it easy on his back at all. You stepped on it.
Nah, time out. It's not really for the
Play
fans.
receiver.
It's more for the fans.
You
and
stepped
the
on
team.
it, bro.
Cause it just felt like everybody's so in love. Everybody talking about, oh my God, we playing basketball. We was doing this. Where is the football stuff, man? Damn. Don't forget the main thing is the main thing for
That's
a
my
reason.
dog. Talk
I'm
to
just
him,
saying,
man.
bro. I
Keep
can't
the
do it.
pressure up, man. That's what
We
I'm talking
about everything but football. Am I wrong or right?
Man, say-
Look, you can disagree with me. You can call me a Debbie Down or whatever the hell you want to call me. But let me know, am I right or wrong? Are we not praising this man for everything but football stuff?
We praise it for everything.
Listen, people are giving him props for this with him talking about the culture that he's trying to build. But he has talked football. He has talked X's and O's. That's stuff that sold me.
I like it though, man. I like the energy, bro. See, I've been waiting to see. Listen, I'm so used to fighting y'all. It feels good to be fighting with killers. These are the killers I've been wanting to see right here, man. These the dudes I've been wanting to see, man.
We back.
Ooh,
We
let's go.
outside, man. We
Let's
outside,
go, bro. I've been waiting on these dudes, bro.
I just
No,
want,
wrong button. Wrong
I
button. I
just
got
want
the
the
right
best
button.
for my team, bro. I just want the best for my team. And if I feel like it's steering in the wrong direction, because think about it.
Run
If
it up.
Shotty looking at y'all like he peeking out the window, he like, oh, they like that? Shit, I don't really got to do much after that. I'm cool.
Hey,
I'm
say,
cool.
Yeah, I like the anger, man. Where DA Lee, man? Where DA Lee, man? Hey, real quick, man. Real
walk
quick.
up in the life. Yeah, I'm really talking my shit like
All right, we finna bring it back.
I'm really him. Hold up,
Let's go.
look, walking this bitch like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really him.
We gonna change that him. That him gonna be different in a minute.
Like, hey, I'm really.
Yeah.
Him ain't gonna be nice no more after. Hey, give us about a week. We changing him up. Him is gonna be different. Him is gonna be what you heard.
crazy.
You hear me?
Him finna
Oh,
be
it's
crazy,
Realistic.
man.
So,
But yeah, that's a great
we finally
segue
talking
to
football
this.
now.
That's a good segue into this calling shots. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Brian Schottenheimer confessing to the world that this is his first time having full authority over the offense, man. How you feel about that, Mr. Boss Cowboy? I'm sorry for taking over the show for a second. I'm sorry.
It made sense in all of
receivers and where the target map is from, what Russell Wilson did. So I think, just not having the full offense on display so far will be a schematical advantage, to start the season, because you don't have a whole bunch of know-how about what he really going to run. But he going to still have to adjust. He going to have to prove to me that he's willing to steal all the plays. He was talking about stealing and taking all the good stuff from other teams and making it his own and stuff. He going to have to really do that. Because even if you get a schematical advantage on a team early on with a new crisp offense, they get way too much money in the NFL not to figure you out in a couple of weeks.
Right.
That what happened with Kellen Moore. He came in, he lit folks up, he put a bunch of plays on display, and they figured them out. Never why folks were talking about 2023, Dak Prescott was going through a slump. No, 2021, Dak Prescott was going through a slump. It wasn't no slump. They understood that offense by then. Mm-hmm. That's all that was. So, you're going to have to add some wrinkles. You're going to have to steal some plays. You're going to have to adjust. You're going to have to self-scout. And I want to see how well he does this while managing the personalities on the team. You're the head coach. You have more responsibility than just the play calling. Right. So I really want to see, how much he mitigates to his DC, how much he mitigates to his quarterback coach. I want to know his coaching style. Is he going to be a delegator? Is he going to be an overseer? Is he going to there's a lot of questions that need to be answered before I just talk about the offensive side of Schottenheimer. Yeah. How far is he going to be spread thin? Is he just gonna focus on the offense and let everybody else coach their own position? I gotta know that before I can just stamp and say, hey, even beyond the X's and O's, I gotta see how he mitigates this stuff.
Them some great points you just made, man. Because that's a lot of. Go ahead.
You go, I'm gonna play the clip and then cook.
Go ahead.
Joe.
Joe White, Dallas Sports. Mike Zimmer near the end of last year talked about how he wished he would have really put in his full system from the beginning rather than trying to merge with what Dan Quinn had kind of had. Obviously, you've been here before, but how do you kind of balance kind of trying to maybe bridge some stuff from last season while also putting your own spin in at this point right now?
You talking offensively? Or you talking about as a team? There were things. The bones of it is still very similar. There's going to be changes. That's part of football. That's whether there's a coaching change or not. There's always going to be changes because you use the time to look at the cut-ups and say, hey, where do we got to go? What are the trends? Hey, what fits our system? We're going to be multiple. The system's going to be built.
See, people need to peep that he said we're going to be multiple, right? So the more and more talk, he giving it away.
On what we do well. I had to do it when I went to Seattle. I understand what Zim's saying. I went to Seattle, and the system I was running out there in Seattle, I kept it in place, and I probably changed 30% of it. Why? Well, they had a veteran quarterback by the name of Russell Wilson. The staff stayed for the most part pretty in sync. It was myself and a line coach and a QC that were new. So I was like, hey, look, I'll learn the things I need to learn, and you're always going to protect the language that the quarterbacks use, if that makes sense. So the way you solve problems at the line of scrimmage, whether that's your checks and things like that, you're always going to protect that. But I think it's a little bit where if you have to have your system, then I think, to me, just my opinion, not disagreeing with Zim, to me, your system should be flexible enough to where you adjust some things, but you keep some things in place, because it's our job as coaches we spend more time on it than the player.
you don't have to say these things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm trying to see what his agenda is. Like, he's saying, like, we finna build the greatest culture in sports history. Like, nobody asked you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that should be your goal, but for you to say that, you gotta understand the magnitude that comes along with that, like the headlines that comes along with that. So it's like, what's your agenda? Are you trying to make some ruffles in the industry? Or like, what are you doing? Everybody want to do that, Shotty. That's all I'm saying. It's like, so is you gonna be somebody who live up to what you talking about? Because now I feel like that's why it's dangerous, boss. Like, to your point, you got everybody on 10. From the stuff that you saying, you said you want to build the greatest culture in sports history. You want to be the greatest coach ever. You said these things. Like, nobody's asking you, Shotty, what kind of, do you want to be the greatest coach ever? Nobody's asking him these things. So now you got most people expectations through the roof. So if you come and underwhelm and underdeliver,
yeah,
that's gonna make people insane.
Let me say back what you're saying. This is what they taught us when I was in the sales program: under promise and over deliver.
Exactly. He's over promising, and the stuff that he's saying is not going. He ain't no way he could deliver this in 1 year.
But
it's going.
That's my second.
This man,
my bad.
This man turned DMX.
That got me in my passion, though, bro. That got me in my passion. Because if your son had big goals, you would not stop him, landlord. You would not. If he was like, Daddy, I'm finna be an astronaut, and after that, I'm gonna be a president, and then when I get in with that, I'm gonna be the king of Dubai. You know what you gonna say? Yep.
Shit, let's do it.
Yeah. Right.
All up top.
You right.
All
Right.
up top,
Right.
son. Let's get it.
That's why I say
And
it's a
I'll
little
say
bit.
this. I'll
And
say-
see what
I'll
you
say this to
saying.
piggyback on it.
I see
All
what
I'm
you saying,
is
landlord.
It don't have
Is
to be said. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
I'm with
It's
you.
like it's
It don't-
almost.
it don't- it don't-
it's like-
It don't have to be
goes without
said,
saying.
but at the
It
same
goes without
time,
saying.
yeah.
but
No, I'm with
because
you.
I
Lou in the
said
house.
it-
What's up, Lou?
but because I said it, you have to hold me accountable for it. He sat there and talked about holding people accountable, and also the players holding him accountable.
Yeah.
So like I said it, hold me accountable for it. So
Yeah.
like, hey, it's out there.
That's
open
respectable,
now. So,
though. That's respectable, though.
That's the standard. If that's
Yeah.
the standard, and I'm gonna hold you accountable, you're gonna hold me accountable. We can say anything. We just got to make sure that we own that. Because like you said, it's all lip service right now.
I'm gonna play a couple of
It's,
clips.
it's all lip service right now.
I'm
It's
gonna
all
play-
lip service, though. But I'll say this though, man. I'll say this. I would rather him sound confident than him feel like he's over his skis right now. They ask him questions.
Yeah,
like, I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know what we gonna do.
I wanted to touch on what you said real quick though before we move on.
Good.
Like
Yeah.
you has a lot of great questions here, and I say that you had a lot of great questions, and it's like it's a lot of unknowns that I don't feel like people talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't really know how he's gonna handle these pressurized situations. Like he's gonna be a play calling head coach in his first, you know what I'm saying, being around the block. Like I feel like he can do it, but it's still gonna be challenging at times. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to, it's gonna be some growing pains automatically. You know what I'm saying? Like most play calling coaches have a little issue with time management sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because they got so much going on. Even the best
he gonna drop
ones.
a ball, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The best ones have a little issue with time management. I just don't want people to be going into this blindly thinking it's finna be a perfect thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like you said, common sense will tell you they're not finna rebuild the whole offense. So I'm still confident about the offense. When he said that, I'm like, okay, that's good. Because if you mean to tell me they got to learn a whole nother offense in one off season, I don't know how advanced they going to be when they hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're going to hit the ground running or crawling at that point. So I like the fact that he going to still keep some of the things that they already know and they already comfortable with. So that should further progress the offense more than they should be under a new coach. You know what I'm saying? He should be ahead. So I'm thinking that's a good thing. But like you said, like, we don't know what he gonna do when it comes to like calling critical plays and third down, and it's a lot of unknowns. Like we are very optimistic because of we all betting on the person that we feel like Brian Schottenheimer is, and I'm with y'all. But I just don't want to sit up here and act like it's not a possibility that this stuff don't go out perfectly. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
like, listen, there's always a chance for failure when you're trying something new. You know what I'm saying? There's way too many variables. There's way too many things that could come awry. And like you said, this is going to be his first time calling plays as a head coach. We don't know how much this is going to be mitigated. We don't know how much of the install and play design is going to be handled by somebody else. We don't actually know none of that. But we only are really banking on his football knowledge, his tenure being a coach since 1997, and the fact that we like him.
We got.
And
so
I
agree
with
you. No, hell no. Nobody cutting off no more. No. Because I gotta play this because this is gonna get to a.
And
then we'll come back to your question. We'll double back.
This
right.
This for the
we
panel.
all
This
so
for the
Texas.
panel.
No, go with your question.
This for the panel. I was just about to say, if we talk about his extensive coaching history, is he gonna be warranted first year head coach leniency?
No.
I don't think so
That's
either. Because I feel like you got a win now roster too.
We go turn on him, bro. That's what I'm telling y'all. We go turn on him, bro. Like,
okay, not only us. What about the front office? Are they gonna have a short leash on?
Yes.
I think so.
You sure?
Too.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm certain on that.
All right, so
hold on before you see. Before we go, good news. I figured out how to get them comments back in here. Man, took me a little while. I figured it out. All right,
that's hard, Lou. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I'm watching your feet. That means I need to see some action.
And that's what you were saying. That's what you were saying, bro.
Yeah, I like that.
Take it easy on my back.
Yeah, so I want to play this for you, Hen, and then I want to play one more thing, and then we'll move on to the last thing.
And then another one, I talked to a couple of first-year head coaches in the last few years, and they said the people that they rely on most are game management type guys to really help them understand situations and things. And I'm wondering how much you will lean on Ryan Feeder as you go through your first year.
That's a great question, and the answer is absolutely.
That's what you was talking about, Hen. The game management. So he telling you what his process is going to be in them game management situations. This is also where his experience go come in and help.
Feeds is just a trusted advisor. I think he does it as well as anybody in the business. You need on game day, you need one voice that you're hearing, because obviously these things happen at critical, intense moments and things like that. And so to have that one voice be someone that you have complete.
My bad. He was cooking.
Nick,
when you talk about some of the things that we'll implement, whether it's cut splits or shifts in, as we put it together, the players definitely have feedback, and again, they're
that's the wrong clip. My bad, bro.
Confidence in and complete trust in really does matter. He and I spend hours just talking about different situations. It's been cool having Falus here because that's another perspective of a guy that's been a head coach, and it's been kind of fun for us as we start the process of game management to just talk about the different ways you look at situations. And we actually just had our first component of it in the team meeting today.
So that's what you was talking about, like in terms of not knowing how he's going to handle it, but he's actually saying how he's going to handle it. So he knows, Henny, to have one guy. He's not going to have a bunch of people in his ear. So in certain game management, thank you, bro. In certain game management situations, what that's telling me is that he's going to be leaning on this guy named Feeder, Ron Feeder. So we got to keep that in mind. Because you know what else? You know what we going to do? If it's a bad game management thing, we going to say, Brian, you stupid. We ain't going to say nothing about the hand of the king, Ron Feeder. We ain't going to say nothing. Now, he told us that in them critical situations, I'm leaning on Ron Feeder. He let everybody know now. So we know. Because I guarantee most people don't even know who that is. You know what I mean?
I'm finna Google.
Yeah, so he's the guy that's over the analytics. He gonna be over the game management situation. So Brian is gonna be the play caller. Ron Feeder is gonna be the game management guy.
That's
Ron
important because that's what I said. That's a lot to juggle for a first-year coach. You know what I'm saying? And even though, I'm sorry, y'all, I can't look at Brian Schottenheimer like a first-year coach. I just can't. He been in the league too long. He's a coach's son. This man been coaching since '97, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, you should know how to be a head coach by now. Like,
and a play caller. Real, and that's why I feel good about him, though.
Yeah,
I feel good about him.
Too.
And so check this out. This is another thing we're gonna talk about since we're talking about Scotty's offense, right? Because this is, I swear, a lot of us getting this wrong, bro. We looked at Clayton Adams and we started doing content about Schottenheimer getting ready to be Arizona. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, go on, get ready.
Oh, hell no.
It's not going to happen unless Brian wants that. I'm telling you. It's going to be Brian's offense. It's not going to be Clayton Adams' offense. Clayton is going to have input, but the final sign-off is Brian. Listen.
The ones that bring it to life, you know.
Nick Harris, Forward Star Telegram. In constructing this new offense, how much input have you taken from not only Dak, I'd like to hear your perspective on that, but other offensive pieces, whether it be CD, George, Javonte, et cetera?
Yeah, I'll listen to anybody. I mean, this is not just a one-man show. I mean, this is, having been here for a couple of years helps. I think as we put it together, the players definitely have feedback. And, again, they're the ones that bring it to life, when you talk about some of the things that we'll implement, whether it's cut splits or shifts.
And so those cut splits is where you basically keep people closer in the formations. For people that might need to know what cut splits are. That's basically having a lot of your formations to where your guys are jumbled up together. It makes it
condensed.
Condensed. Thank you.
Motions, things like that.
Motions is obvious. So he's starting to kind of let out little by little what his offense is going to be. So if we break him down today, he said multiple, cut splits, motions, violence, physical.
Sound like his daddy.
Right. You feel me?
Marty Ball, baby.
Yeah, now we starting to break him down. If you really listening to him, he give it away, but you got to listen.
About some of the things that we'll implement, whether it's cut splits or shifts in motions, things like that. Those are kind of philosophical beliefs that things I like and believe in, and so we'll probably do them.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
shit, you think he played?
Believe in,
and
so we'll probably do them.
We gonna do them. That's what we gonna do, boy.
Hey, I got
your shit.
I got an excerpt here from one of his playbooks. You want to see it?
Give me a second, but let me finish it out. Then you got it. Hold on.
But at the end of the day, I'm always going to listen to a player's opinion. I might not do it, but I'm going to listen. No different than I'm going to listen to Clayton Adams or Lunda Wells.
You see what I'm saying? So Clayton Adams ain't running. It's not gonna be pin and pull, bro, unless he wanted to be.
Flus on defense. I'm going to always take everybody's input, and at the end of the day, make the decisions based on what's best for helping us win a Super Bowl.
Go ahead, Hen.
No, I sent it to your Twitter. Just said you want to put it on there. Yeah,
I'll put it up.
Yeah, put it up there. They was basically just talking about the reasonings and the purpose of motion within Brian Schottenheimer's offense. Now, this was with the Saints when he was a quarterback coach. This is also around the time that he was with Mike McCarthy as well. If you're wondering how far back that. All right. So this here is an excerpt from one of Marty Schottenheimer's offensive playbooks when he was the head coach with the New Orleans Saints. This is also when Brian Schottenheimer was the quarterback coach over there. So this is some philosophical purposes of why they run motion and its purpose within their offense. And the way he's talking is he's going to be running a similar style offense to this. So, you know, that's why I figured it'd be a good choice to bring this up right now.
Yeah.
So, hold on. Let me pull this down. Let me get this off my screen. All right. Movement is very important to our total offensive system. There are several reasons for movement in our offense. The most prominent reasons are to create a personnel advantage by creating coverage mismatches on our X, Z, Y, H, and F.
That's
if you're wondering what those letter are,
yeah,
those that's an X receiver, Z receiver, Y receiver, H flanker. So you know,
CD
those
Lamb,
are the
Pickens, you know,
et cetera,
right.
All right, so to create a personnel advantage by effecting changes in run game support and force responsibilities.
Yeah.
So when you move somebody across the field, when you motion them, it changes the defensive
coverages,
picture. Exactly.
Safeties. Sometimes they bump, sometimes they go in motion. Which I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just kind of echoing.
You're good. You're adding a lot of good nuance to it. So keep doing it.
Yeah.
All right. So to create secondary movement in an effort to enhance our quarterback's ability to recognize coverages.
Yeah.
And to piggyback on Boss's point, talk about people bumping.
Right.
If you motion somebody across the field and nobody runs with them, it's 9 times out of 10 it's going to be zone.
Generally,
it might
people
be
like
zone.
Belichick can still disguise it, but very few. Very few, bro. You're right. I think it's gonna be about 90% right.
Yeah, you can kind of go off
out my ass too, but you know,
you can kind of go off the depth of the cornerbacks too, right? With that, you know what I'm saying? You pair that with the depth of the safeties, like it's little indicators that you can get for a quarterback on top of that motion. So it'll be like some telltale signs that'll be like, okay, this more than likely, almost sure. That's why you got pre-snap and post-snap reads. So yeah.
So just to go into that a little bit more detail, there is really a limited amount of coverages and defenses that you can play at any given time. Y'all mostly know the popular ones. You know, you're in a one high safety shell. You're probably blitzing. You're playing some iteration of cover one, or you're in cover three. There's not really a lot of things you can run based on the safety shells that you have. If you're in a too high, you know, you might be able to bring an extra person, but if you stay in a too high shell, you're probably playing cover 2, Tampa 2, cover 4, or cover 5. You know, that's cover 2 man coverage across the board. So you can sort of use process of elimination once you get a tail from the movement.
Hey, Hen, you know what we're gonna have to do, bro? We're gonna have to come back and do a whole show on this, bro.
We should.
Yeah, cause see, this is a whole show. This right here.
That sounds interesting too.
Yeah. We gonna have to let's pause this one, bro. We gonna come back to that. Like, cause basically this is really preparing the fans for what we really likely getting ready to see. Cause see, the more he talked, the more I'm starting to okay, this is what we getting ready to see. The real. Cause a lot we've been mixing a lot. We've been mixing the K-State coach with Clayton Adams with Brian is. Nah, so let's come back to that real quick. I want to jump on something that Landlord really and I didn't understand this super chat, bro. Let me go back to that super chat real quick. He said, that's not fair. Callahan was the O-line coach when he was in New York. Shotty can call a multiple run game. I guess he was talking about when I was saying it wasn't going to be pin and pull. What I'm really saying with that, bro, is don't look at Clayton Adams as the visionary of the offense. That's what I'm saying. Even though he has the title as offensive coordinator, no, it's not going to be him dictating what offense is Shotty. So if you listening to that Clayton, you'll get confused. That's what I'm saying. Listen at Brian. Brian is telling you, I like cut splits. I like motions. We're going to be physical. He telling you what his offense getting ready to be, right? And now we going to have to go back to what Henny was saying and look at the philosophy, his excerpts, and then start putting them together. And then by the time we start the season, we'll have a good feel of what his offense going to be. That's what I'm saying. So it's not about.
I can't wait to training camp to see it too.
Right.
Like, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah. Because none of us really know what Brian is getting ready to be. To be honest,
that's the unknown.
That's
right
the
there.
unknown.
We know you got the weapons. We know you got the team.
Right.
So
we don't know.
Hey, you gotta cook, young man.
He go cook.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta cook.
But jumping onto this, bro.
Yeah, that's something I noticed on this interview.
Let me play.
Like,
and then
shout out to Clarence Hill too.
No,
Clarence Hill be asking the tough questions sometimes. Some people be scared. Clarence be asking them anyway. Go ahead.
Secondly, is Micah here? I know he was here Monday last week and then wasn't here Tuesday. And what's been his involvement with the OTs? If you ramped up to on the field work, and is he just doing meetings on the field? What's that?
Yeah, again, like I said, voluntary right now, the camp. He was here last week, had lunch with him, actually bumped into him in the airport. He was going to do some traveling, so I have not seen him yet this week. But again, my big thing with all the guys, whether they're here or not, is you can get great work in and you can get ready and you can be mentally prepared. But, whether you're Micah, who's not here, he's here in and out, whether you're Dak, doesn't really matter. It's just put your work in, get ready. There's a lot of ways to get ready and prepared. And I think the league's made it very clear that, it's all voluntary.
And his brother, his brother already said. I'll say this. I'll say this.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's his birthday. Man. He's in Spain. He's chilling.
Oh, it's his birthday.
This is his birthday celebration. Stephon Diggs was just on.
Why he was calling me, Terrence.
Stephon Diggs was just on a yacht with the pink cocaine with Cardi B and the freaks, and he ain't go to OTAs. At least Micah ain't doing that, so I ain't tripping on that.
Yeah,
that man enjoying his birthday, right? And he was just there.
I ain't know it was his birthday, but I just feel like every time they ask about it, Brian has some some little slick stuff to weasel out of it and just downplay it. That's all. So, I mean.
Good.
He did say he will be around, because like last week Brian was like, I asked Micah to be here. Like, you don't remember he said that?
Yeah, he was there.
He almost said that verbatim. Like, I need Micah here because he gonna be a leader, so I need him here. Mm-hmm. So that's why Clarence Hill did the good question, like, hey, what Micah at? You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how this develops. But I do want to say we need to sign an alarm for them to be signing Micah Parsons right now. Exactly. Real talk. Because TJ Watt is on the horizon, and we don't want to have to compete with him. All Jerry and them got to do right now is give Micah Parsons maybe like $1 million more than the highest paid non-quarterback. That'll do it.
And guaranteed a little bit more money.
That'll do it, bro. Like, he's signing. Easy work.
Nice signing bonus.
And then years later, it's going to feel better. It's going to look better.
I'm going to be honest with y'all, bro.
What's up?
Yeah, I think it's the agent on this one.
They already said it.
See, when I go look at the agent, bro, and also I've been talking to people behind the scenes, bro. So, like, especially if you go look at the deals he did with Stingley. His deal on Stingley was a $5 million APY jump, bro. Average per year jump. That's an enormous jump for corner, bro. So, I think in this case, I don't think it's on Jerry now. I don't. I think Jerry sat down with Micah Parsons for 6 hours to do the deal, to get it done. And they needed a sign off. And that agent didn't sign off on it.
Thing about it is, Boss, we know who gets the final say so though.
Yeah.
The player gets the final say so.
That's true.
Like he does. Like I don't care what you talking about, agent man. If I want to sign this deal, I'm signing it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I mean, like we said, we can say it's the agent fault, but I'm just saying I feel like the Joneses need to make that Godfather offer right now. Like you don't want Micah to play not without the deal right now, because I feel like he ain't gonna do nothing but ball out, and then now you got to pay even more. Now other people done got paid. Other people, like, how are we not understanding that we usually make this type of mistake? Like we keep betting against these people. We bet against every player that we got that's good and lose.
Nah, it's a little bit different, bro. I'm being honest, bro. Like, if it was Jerry and Steven, you know, I would lay into their ass, bro. But this ain't it. Like, even if you go look at Dak's contract, that agent was wrong. I'm serious, bro. Dak's APY was $5 million more than the previous guy. See, when it's usually the agent, they just want you to be a little bit over the previous guy so that they can get the bumper sticker. That's all they want. But when you get $5, you basically telling everybody, I took these owners and I rubbed their nose in that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
I went crazy.
I went crazy.
For the Dak contract, it's the disrespect tax.
Yeah.
For the way that you handled Dak Prescott the first time, and then you waited this time, it's the disrespect.
You
tax.
being fair, and I ain't gonna be mad at it because it was a disrespect tax on that. But was it?
Oh yeah.
Hell no, bro.
It was disrespect. Listen,
it was disrespect, but that
you
type of tax,
you franchised Dak Prescott 2 times.
But wait,
you could have signed him.
That's 3
You
cuss
could have signed him back. You going crazy?
I know you got me going crazy, bro.
we gotta arrest this man. We gotta arrest this man.
You are
He's
fake
dangerous.
news.
Oh man, I want to
cops
fight you on
guy,
this, bro. All right,
Cause hear me out. Let me just
we don't
finish
call
my
the cops in my
I heard what you
got-
said, but
Look,
it's
you
another
know you from the
thing,
hood.
bro.
Look, you know you from the hood when you don't call the cops. We gotta call somebody to get this guy. Can't
You
call
want
the cops.
answers?
I mean, we gotta
You
call
could have gave
somebody.
Dak first time around. You could have gave Dak Prescott a contract when Nick Foles got his bag. You didn't do it. Dak Prescott went out there.
It was disrespect.
Yeah,
they disrespected
he went out,
Dak bad.
He went out there and he was a yard away from resetting the Dallas Cowboys passing record.
Boy, you bringing
and
it up.
you know what? They didn't even let him get it because they didn't want to go into a contract negotiation with the leading passer. So they held him out, didn't let him get the passing record.
That whole drive, and he did it one
whole drive, held him out.
You keeping it so real right now. I gotta hit a button for you.
What the fuck is that?
Keep talking, dog. Keep talking.
Backdoor. Going into the season, had to bet on himself again.
Yeah,
got
you right.
franchise tag
You
instead
right.
of holding out.
What the fuck is that?
People broke his leg. Had a career threatening injury.
Yeah.
Got franchise tagged again before they actually got the contract.
It was disrespectful, bro.
And then
It was.
this time
You
around,
right.
they could have gave Dak Prescott a contract when everybody else was getting paid. This was the last year of his deal last year, and they still waited to the final
And
year
they
of Dak
did
Prescott's
wait.
contract.
You right.
To the first game. They waited all the way to the first game.
Hey, I know how to take my L's.
Bring it real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy was the shit.
Henny won that. Yeah.
It's disrespect.
You won that.
Listen,
Yeah, I know how to take an
all
L
you had
quick.
to do.
Yeah, that's you landed all them
got
punches.
Dak Prescott. You could have got Dak Prescott for. You could have got Dak Prescott for $52 million.
Yeah,
$53 million.
you really made the best case on the disrespect tax, and it's just real. It's just real.
My guy.
Yeah.
I am coming off an all-pro season. I was an all-pro.
Yeah,
Before
You ain't lied. You ain't lied.
I should have been an MVP. I should have been an MVP.
Dog, they really, but let's keep in mind though, they did hit him with that tax though. They got him. They
in 2022, I have one of the best playoff performances in National Football League history, with T.Y. Hilton as my second best quarterback, and you're holding against me because I didn't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, hey, say, man. Hold on. Y'all clap it up for Henny, bro. Hold on real quick.
Yeah, he did that. Great time.
You gotta go out. That's how you go out. Took his destiny in his own hand.
Yeah, that's what Dak had to do. You right.
He did.
You
multiple
right.
times.
You
Multiple
laid a
times,
flurry
so-
on me, bro. Cause see, I was stuck on that. Cause I looked at the game, bro. I looked at that 5 million APY jump average per year. I'm like, ooh.
But you also got to think about who got that bag, though. You can't sit here and tell me I can't get $60 million and Justin Herbert got 55, 53.
Yeah, they hit him with the
quarterbacks.
disrespect tax. They did, bro. Because I think they did hit him also because they made them wait till the very end. Because think about it. This is where I think you also right to add to your case of the disrespect tax. The whole time Dak was going through training camp, that was risking his millions, bro.
Facts. And he was so admirable that he didn't want to cause a scene. He just came to work.
Yeah.
That's gangster.
That's gangster. And if he would have got hurt at training camp, which is possible, that's leverage he loses.
Yep.
So his agent went in there and smacked Jerry. That's what happened.
Also, Michael Parsons had the same agent as George Pickens, just in case y'all wanted to know about that. So there might even be some Game of Thrones type of stuff to go on to get both those deals done.
They need to bring them in together.
I mean, they did. Like, listen, they positioned themselves like that with the Jamar Chase and the T Higgins deal. It became a package deal to get both of them done at the same time. Because he switched agents so they could both have the same one. So it became a package deal. I'm not sure if it's going to happen like that for Michael Parsons and George Pickens, but you know, there are all kinds of tactics that can go into play. So I just say keep your eyes out for it.
I got your notes here that you sent me from the OTAs today. I'm gonna pause that because that's gonna make the show too long.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and bail out in a second.
Yeah.
Let me go and say my final word if y'all don't mind.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Far as Mr. Brian Schottenheimer go, because y'all said I done shot the man. That wasn't my intentions.
Take it easy on my back.
I'm just trying to say, don't expect perfection in year one. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And the one thing I do want to see from Brian Schottenheimer, of course, this is Dallas, y'all. We are in the biggest media market on the planet.
That's right.
He gonna have to know how to navigate this media too. Yeah. That's something that he never had to do. You know what I'm saying? He coming from Seattle and all these other places. You ain't never been in Dallas like that. You know what I'm saying? When everybody's looking at you for the answers. Yeah. So that's another situation that I want to see him navigate. I'm confident in him being able to be a decent coach or a good coach, but we just got to see all this stuff in motion. Like, I got to see it first. I got belief in him because I like the coach. I like who he is. I like what he stands for, what he says he stands for. But like I said, you got to show me, bro. You got to show me some results. And like, you doing a lot of untraditional things, a lot of risky things. I know you believe in it. I just want to see the results. That's why I got a cause for caution, because this stuff is untraditional. A lot of the things that he doing, as far as trying to build camaraderie with the team and stuff like that, it's kind of untraditional the way he going about it. If it works, it's one of them situations. If it works, he's a genius. If it don't, he's an idiot. That's how people gonna look at it. So I just want the best for the Dallas Cowboys. I want the best for my team. And that's all I got for you.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Before you go, man, we'll all give our final words. Listen, we got a lot of content we still could have got to. I still got a full clip. We could have went 3 more hours, I promise you. But
easily.
Because we ain't even talk about the OTAs or nothing. But anyway, I get my.
We ain't talking about Tyler Guyton and that.
Damn, we ain't talking about that Tyler Guyton.
That's what I was waiting on.
Get on out of here. Me and Henny will talk about the Tyler Guyton, bro.
Okay.
I got to depart too.
Okay, well, let's just give our final words then.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed, man.
I'll just be quick. Dallas, respect one tech. Henny came up with that. Respect one tech. It's listen, we not trying to act like we smarter than y'all. But I think Landlord said it best. He really did. How many DTs we go look at year one as rookies never worked and still say we gonna run the same play? Just at some point it start getting like
redundant. It's like,
And see, I'm not wired to lie to y'all. Henny not wired to lie to y'all. Landlord is not gonna lie to y'all. They not gonna tell y'all and sell y'all on these DTs as rookies. We gotta be the goddamn bad guys, bro.
Facts.
We gotta be the people that's telling y'all the right thing that y'all don't want to hear. Because a lot of people still want to just hope in it. Boss, before I ain't gonna run my mouth. I want to see him in training camp. Dog, you saw the last 8 not work. You saw the last 8. You want to see another one? Come on, bro. When you go join us? Like Landlord said it best. Sometimes we being greedy, bro. We being greedy for the ideas that we want. We really are. And so, Brian, you know, I know they gonna turn on you. I'm gonna be even with you. I know you gonna make some mistakes. I know you're still rookie head coach. So I ain't high or low. I'm like Lou said, I want to see you talk with your feet. You know? So, and shout out to Tyler Guyton. I'm glad to hear that your head coach went out his way. He went out his way
to mention you
and the work that you put in. I really feel strongly that he gonna do a good job. I think he gonna have a great year too. He gonna have a massive game. So I'm excited about these Cowboys and what's getting ready to happen. But let's keep this pressure up. I love the energy from my brothers today, bro. I love the energy from Landlord. I love the energy from Henny. I'm ready. We fighting. I'm so happy we fighting together, not team weapons versus trenches. I'm glad we're on the same team. And this was the exact energy I want to see from my brothers. Real talk.
Indeed, man. Indeed. So, hey, man, I'm going to stay on the same topic, man. We got to stop the run so we can have fun. If not, it's over. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but you get ran off the field every time you go into the postseason. Right. I got the numbers right here, man. I'm hitting with the numbers. I'm hitting with the stats. And, you know, it is what it is. You gave up 273 to the Rams. The first time around to the 49ers, you gave up 169. Right? 69 mean they got freaky on you. 49ers, they gave up 113. Packers, they gave up 143. Last 4 playoff games, the Dallas Cowboys are averaging 174 yards surrendered on the ground, dog. And if you sit here and you tell me you're going to win a championship like that, you are a fool. You are delusional. You have snorted pink coke with Stephon Diggs and them. You on the yacht. You ain't got your mind together, man. You're going to lose football games. You're going to lose. You cannot give up. Listen, 174 yards, like folks don't even have to listen. Folks don't even have to pass for 140 to have 300 yards of offense on you. If you give up 174 yards on the ground, you can go out there and throw for 130 yards, and that's 300 yards of offense your defense gave up. They killing you. They done beat you to death. You dead. It's over. So stop playing games with the defensive tackle position, man. I don't care what you do. Either invest a pick in there and go get you a real veteran to go stop the run. Go and sign somebody. You got to do something instead of trusting a dude in the 7th round, man. Listen, Jay from UCLA, you probably a good dude, but you are not going to be no good football player year 1. They're going to disrespect you. They're going to bully you. They're going to make you feel weak. They're going to beat your ass all up and down the field, man, because that's their job. They are grown men. They grown men with bills and kids they got to put through college. They is not finna lose no reps against you, boy. Get your mind together. Get your grind together. You might be able to do something 2-3 years down the line, man. But right now, you need to just be taking notes, getting Gatorade. You don't need to be on my football field, man. Because you playing prolonged periods of snaps, we lose the football games, man. So I'm just saying, the Dallas Cowboys, get you a real defensive tackle. Get you somebody that can stop the run right now that's already got skins on the wall. That's right. And you can win some football games, man. Don't come in here talking to me about no damn Tommy. Don't come in here talking to me about no damn Jay. They sound like some Martin characters. I do not want to fool with the boys, man. Give me some football.
Tommy and Cole.
Say, man.
Yeah, they got Tommy and Cole out there trying to stop the run, man.
And we be believing it.
Nothing.
And every year we believe it, man. I ain't believing
They believe
that
it with their whole heart. You being negative, man. I seen Jay, man, his first step so good. You go turn the film on, getting his ass whooped. Like, man, he went in the 7th round for a reason. And listen, the Dallas Cowboys, I love y'all. Y'all is in the cold. Y'all is in the cold. Every guy that we draft is not no superhero. This is a 7th-round pick. This is an undrafted free agent. They is what they is. Stop playing games, man.
I gotta turn this music off.
When the last time you had Donovan Wilson? Donovan Wilson, last 7th-round pick, you had this something? Y'all want to get rid of the nigga right now. Y'all want to get rid of Donovan Wilson right now. Y'all regret giving the man a contract. Let's stop putting. Listen, shout out to West Coast Cowboy. This is baby nut hugger season. Y'all got to let go of them young man nuts. They ain't even dropped yet. You was a pedophile. Stop it. Stop it. I'm done, though. That's my final word.
Hey, man, say we day.
Don't nobody go harder than us, man.
Hey, dog, real talk.
I don't care what y'all say.
We going out
we
harder,
gonna keep
too.
it trill, too. We gonna keep it trill.
Still pressure, still trim.
Yeah.
Ooh, you shake that ass, I know these love you. Throw some cash on you, blow a bag on you. She want Benihana, the is Mickey D's. It's VBS around my neck and I can barely breathe. All that mean mugging, that's how my team coming. I'm popping out in blonde money like I breed money. I good off the, now she walk funny. I got millions in the bank, I want some more money. I'm him. Bossed up, I ain't them. I'm him. Still pressure, still trim. I'm him. Flipping cash like cartwheels. I'm him. I shoot my shot of butter rim. I'm him. Bossed up, I ain't them. I'm him. Still pressure, still trim.
Boss man, we out.
I'm him. Flipping cash like cartwheels. I'm him.